Hello and welcome to the Vicar's Wife's Frugal Life, 5 fabulous Frugal Friday things with me, your host, Rhiannon, and this is Zarziyr the greyhound, who's very excited at the moment as some horses have just walked past our caravan. So, why are we in a caravan, might you ask? Well, we are on holiday. We are staying up with some friends in Shropshire who live on a farm near a place called Church Stretton, and they have very kindly loaned us their caravan for the week. So we're hanging out with them, going on lots of walks, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll have been to a lot of National Trust properties. Things we never thought we'd say about our lives, easy that we'd be getting that excited about it, but hey, that's adulting. So, what are the 5 fabulous frugal things? Well, I've got 6 for you today, dear reader, watcher, dear reader. Number 1 is that I didn't buy something. I did not buy a set of bed linen on eBay that I was very excited about. They were in a lovely pattern and they were a brand that I liked. They were jewels, and I thought, oh, they were going for about £35, and I was just about to bid for up to £47 when I did a quick Google search, and I found out that actually they were on a website for £45 half price in a sale. So in the end they ended up going for about £48 plus postage and packaging, so I'm pretty pleased that I didn't go for that. So I saved money there and didn't make a fool of myself buying something, and it was actually more than I wanted to pay as well, so that's good. Still need more bed linen, so many visitors, but hey ho, life could be worse. No one could visit us and that would be sad. We've got lots of visitors, which is lovely. Keep visiting, friends, we don't want you to leave. So number 2, excellent, by Zarziyr. We before we went on holiday, we took out half of our holiday money and put it in this little wallet. So our budget for our entire holiday, we're hoping, is going to be £500. We're away for just over 2 weeks, so we've taken £250 out and we put it in here, and I'm keeping all of our receipts, so hopefully I can make a video all about our holiday and how I managed to keep things cheap. So the good thing is we did all of that on the first day, so we were ready to go and able to budget, and when the money's gone, it's gone. We have got some more money in our holiday savings because we're planning a trip to South America at some point to see my husband's best friend who lives out there, but yes, we're trying not to dip into it too much because we want this big other trip to go on. So the good thing about this, the third thing I've got for our Frugal 5 is that we went to Lidl on the first day, good old Lidl, tracked one down, and we did a big food shop. So the idea is that a lot of what we will do is cook in the caravan. We're also then going to stay in my cousin's house for a week, which she's very kindly loaned to us. So our idea is that we will do most of the cooking ourselves and take packed lunches when we go out, but then we'll still have some money for the odd pub lunch. So went to Lidl on the first day and spent £90. So here comes the frugal fail. Spent £90 on food. We decided that we would have 5 main meals that we would make, and we're just going to have those on rotation for the next 2 weeks. But I didn't bring any basics with us. So I didn't bring my fajita spice mix. I didn't bring any salt and pepper. I didn't bring any olive oil. I didn't bring things like flour, baking powder for making pancakes, which is nice to make on holiday. So didn't bring any basics. So a shop that should have really cost us £50 cost us £90 because of all those annoying little things you have to buy in order to flavour and season your food. So that would be the frugal fail. But the win was, went to Lidl and spent £90 on food that will last us for most of the 2 weeks, and we'll eat really well. We've got loads of really nice things to put in packed lunches, so feeling pretty pumped about that. Number 4 is that we went for a pub lunch today. My friend babysat for us, so we had our first ever lunch out, just the 2 of us. It's probably not our first ever one. I think my mum's babysat once or twice for us. Thank you, Mum, for doing that. But it was our first one on holiday, that's for sure. So we were able to go to a beautiful little town, have a look around, go into some secondhand bookshops. Got to go to an ecclesiastical costumiers because my life's really exciting. If anyone knows where you can get a slim fit clerical shirt, please let me know in the comments because we are searching, and today we got pretty desperate, and my husband was trying on ladies' shirts to see if they were more slim fit. They did not fit. He's too broad in the shoulders and he's got the bicep twins, thunder and lightning. He's pretty pleased with those. Lucky me. So if anyone knows, let me know. That's a niche thing. probably not that many vicars or vicars' wives actually watching this, but you never know. Always worth asking the universe. So we went out for a lovely pub lunch, and the frugal thing was we went to a slightly more reasonably priced pub, which was still delicious, and there was another greyhound in there, so Zarziyr had a friend. And we went without any alcoholic beverages, and we went without pudding. So we just had a main, and it came to, with some soft drinks, came to about £22, which if you think about, you know, by the time you add a starter and a dessert and all of that shebang, all we wanted to do was get out of the house. So instead of spending 50, 60, 70 pounds on a meal out where we eat all the courses and some drinks, now it means we can probably eat out twice. So that's a great frugal tip, is to practice just going for the one course and maybe foregoing your alcoholic beverages. We're going to have some drinks at home with friends this evening and play some board games, which will be fun. So we brought some wine from home from that. Oh, so that was another frugal. This week has been so frugal. So quite often I sit down and I write my list and I think, what have we done? What have we done? And this week I'm like, what haven't we done? I feel like we've been very on top of it. So that was a frugal win. As a sidebar to that, we had a conversation in the car on the way, and I said, look, we've got about this, we had about £110 left, and I said, this is the money we've got left. We could go for a fancy lunch now, but then we're not going to be able to go for a nice dinner later on in the week. So, you know, if you want pudding and you want all of that sort of thing, my husband, he sort of prefers to have a nice pudding and a nice beer at lunch. I don't care as much. So we made a choice, and that was our choice. And I hope I didn't coerce him. He's currently napping on the sofa over there, so we won't disturb him. Everyone's napping apart from me. Baby's asleep, dog's asleep, husband's asleep. Why don't I sleep? So I'm talking to you guys, and what a pleasure it is. So the fifth thing is that we have planned this holiday. We put a big shout out on Facebook and said we want to go on holiday, we're trying to be frugal, and is there anyone that wouldn't mind visitors or would like to do a house swap, because we've got a vicarage that we would love to house swap with, and that someone else might be looking for a nice holiday in London, because let's face it, that's really expensive to stay there, and our house is not so far away from central London, and it's beautiful. We've got a lovely garden. We're really, really lucky. I count my blessings every day for our home. But lots of people sort of got in touch. But in the end, the way the sort of cookies crumbled, we're staying with one of my bridesmaids in Shropshire for a week. And that's lovely because we've got children around the same age, and that's really fun. Plus, she's super into sort of eco things and eco swaps. So that's really fun. We're actually staying in the caravan she gave birth in twice. Amazing. And then the next week we are doing, I have hundreds of cousins, just so you know. Some of my cousins are in our house at the moment. They're house sitting for us. And then we're going to house sit for some other cousins later. So there's lots of cousinings going on at the moment. If you're my cousin, you probably are, get in touch and let me know if we can house swap at any time. If you live somewhere fun and we can swap. To be honest, just getting out of our postcode is quite nice sometimes. And cleaning someone else's house instead of your own. It's always fun. Oh, the final frugal thing I have today is this, which looks like, it's kind of gross, it's got a little bit of food in it currently. But I have been meaning to do this for a while, and I have knitted my own washcloths for cleaning plates. So I wanted to do some knitting when we were away, and because I really like knitting, and I totally forgot any of my needles, any of my wool, and any of those like hundreds of projects that I'm halfway through doing and have not finished. And basically since having a baby, I've done no crafting. So I bought some knitting needles from a charity shop for 50p, and I bought some jute garden string, which is compostable, apparently. I'm not sure if it is, if it's green. If you know, let me know, but it's all they had, so I just got that, and that was about £1.50. And I've been knitting these, and they knit up. Even if you're a really slow knitter, you could probably knit one in an hour of sort of slow, it's just really plain knitting. And they're quite effective, more than effective as a sponge, and it's quite cool because if you're, I don't know, cleaning something, you can kind of get around it, whereas a sponge, those horrible plasticky sponges, and in theory I can just whack it on the compost heap. So that's been a bit of an eco thing and also a frugal thing, because it's meant that I've spent very little money on wool, because normally wool's really expensive. Spent 50p on knitting needles, which are nice bamboo ones that I can take with me and put in my knitting set at home, and pretty pleased with that. Yes, the main thing, our main frugal fail, and the only real frugal fail of the week, is not bringing the basics with us to make the food that we wanted to make. So the fajita spices, things like oil, vinegars, condiments, some brown sauce. I just can't have my eggs on toast without my brown sauce in the morning. Things like that, which we spent lots of money on. Am I that bummed about it? Absolutely not. In the grand scheme of things, it's still going to be a pretty reasonable holiday. And I'm really looking forward to it. We've had a really great few days already. Everyone's slowly winding down. And we're getting on well. So what have been your frugal wins for the week? What have been your frugal fails? Can anyone tell me anything about jute, and if there's anything more I need to know about that? I am planning next month a zero waste challenge for our family to see if we can go totally zero waste for a month, and then see how much that impacts our lives afterwards as well. We're pretty much zero waste on disposable items already, so things like tissues and nappies and cloths and cleaning things and words like that. We're pretty much zero waste on those, but food, we're still buying quite a lot of packaged food, and I really want to change that and to see how we can make that better. It's difficult because it's not as frugal going to nice fancy farmers markets, but going to experiment and see what we can do, and I will let you know the results. So let me know if you would like to see our holiday plan and a video about that later this month when we've actually finished having a holiday, and how I budget it for it. I'm currently keeping all my receipts, so I could do that video for you if you would like it. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your frugal wins and your frugal fails, but mainly your frugal wins, so I can celebrate them with you. Please like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye. Oh, Zizi, you sleeping? He's such a good boy. Are you a good boy? He's so good. I love this doggy.